Good morning.
What I'm trying to tell people is if you're stupid and you refuse to sit down with Moscow and hammer out a solution, however imperfect you may think it is, and however humiliating it will undoubtedly be for us because of our stupid position vis-a-vis Moscow, we need to do it. We need to do it for humanity. We need to do it for the sake of Ukraine. We need to do it for Europe. We need to close the chapter on this terrible war and make sure nothing like this happens again on the European continent. We're not doing that. We're doing the opposite. We're trying to keep it going. Knowing President Trump a little bit as I do, I know that his instincts are good. And yes, to your question, he'll want to come to a resolution. The question is, what about the rest of the government? The mistake that was made in 2017 was the assumption that you elect a new president and suddenly everything changes. Well, the federal bureaucracy didn't change. Congress did not change. And so the attitudes remained the same. And he never got control of the Department of Defense, the Department of State, or the intelligence agencies. These remained in the hands of his enemies, people who were determined to obstruct him at every turn. They're still here in Washington. They still dominate the place. Now, the question is, who's on his team? And when I look at the people on his team, I'm frightened because most of them are not really aligned with him. They've signed on with him in the hopes that he'll be elected and they can do what they did the last time, ride on his coattails, profit enormously, but fundamentally change nothing. Everyone inside the Washington community, if you want to call it that, is invested in the status quo. They've all got to go away. It would depend on what the president asked me to do, but keep in mind, whenever the president of the United States asks you if you would do something, it's an honor to serve. I truly believe that. So I would take it very, very seriously. The problem is one man inside a team of people who are still opposed to the president in reality isn't going to make much difference. Everyone will stop. You know, one of the things he did, he found out he was issuing directives. I want every American soldier out of Syria. And so he was told, okay, we'll do that. Then a few months later, he discovered they haven't left Syria. Well, they never left Syria. People lied to him and told him that this was happening. President Eisenhower warned Kennedy when Kennedy became president in 1961. He said, you've got to be ruthless because you will tell people to do things and expect them to be done. And in some cases, they won't do it. If they don't, you've got to be ruthless